Hello YouTube, I am the Jew Ninja and I'm coming to you with a new series called Devil's Advocate. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be analyzing some of the new cards coming out in the new Hearthstone expansion, Whispers of the Old Gods. Typically, or a recurring pattern we've seen, is people have been analyzing cards. People have claimed that they're going to be OP, people have said they're going to be absolute garbage, and then the opposite happens when they come out. We see cards like Trogzor the Earthnator. Everyone thought he was going to be the superstar 7-mana drop, and instead Dr. Boom took the slot. Now, as the new expansion is coming out, I'm pretty sure we're going to have the same issue keep coming up. I'm going to talk about how cards are either going to be that people think are going to be OP or going to be too weak to be played, might actually become flavor of the month, and why that might be. I'm going to start off with this new card, Stand Against Darkness, which came out today. It's a 5-mana Paladin Spell, and it summons 5 1/1 Silverhand recruits. Personally, I think it might have the potential to be alright, although many people I've seen have said that this card is quite garbage, and that a lot of people have been saying, don't forget, this is an expansion. You're always going to have garbage-ish cards come out with the good ones, but I think this one might actually have the potential, and I have a few reasons why that might be. Personally, I think this card has the potential to replace Muster for Battle in standard format, because Muster for Battle is going into Wild, so we won't be able to play that in competitive Hearthstone. But I think for someone that wants to be playing in Standard a lot, and they may be relatively new to the game, they might actually find this card to be quite good. I think there are some pretty good synergy. There's some pretty good synergy with this card and some of the existing cards that will be in Standard. I think Knife Juggler will be the most synergistic card that we might see it with. That'll be if you play both of these cards on turn 7, you'll have 5 damage put down on the board on your opponent's board. So you're gonna really see some benefits. Even though these are just 1/1 minions, it's gonna add some board presence, and it's really gonna help shift the tempo, especially if you get behind. Alternatively, you have other kind of combos, such as you have Raid Leader. For someone that is just coming into the game and only has access to basic cards, this 8-mana combo, if you just put them both down, you're just putting down 2 1s on the board, essentially, and that really can help you if they can't clear the board. I mean, against classes like Mage, or Priest, or even Warlock, even Paladin, you're going to struggle, but to be honest, some of the classes really don't run a lot of board clear, especially the 1 damage AoEs. That isn't really that common. I think most classes have access to 1 damage AoE, but their usage of them, they're probably going to save them for different threat, or they would have used them in the early game. And so, I mean, to be honest, a mage isn't going to spend the 7 mana to play a Flame Strike and take out all the 5 1/1s. So it could add a threat that, if left unchecked, might turn into something even worse. I mean, you could play this on 5, and then you'd have a Mysterious Challenger on 6. And then if you play Competitive Spirit, which I do in my decks, which, granted, may not be the best choice, but in the coming meta, that might actually be quite good. You will gain some benefit if these 5 1/1 stick. I mean, furthermore, you have an even better synergy if you play Stormwind Champion. I mean, this won't be perfect, because obviously I'm catering to some of the beginning players that might only be using basic cards. But to be honest, these cards are going to be coming up a lot in Arena. And really, if you're an Arena player, the Stand Against Darkness might be one of those kinds of cards that everyone's going to downplay, and they're going to say, oh, it's pretty bad. But then when it comes out, you're going to see in Arena, you're getting 5/1/1s. Sure, it's not going to be perfect, but it certainly will be a good common card that you might have access to. So the barrier of entry for getting this kind of card is really low, and as a result, that's why it might really be good, is because people will just be able to get it offhand, just opening packs. I mean, the odds of pulling out one of these cards, a common, is just astronomically easy. So in terms of dust cost or gold cost, you're going to be able to get this kind of card, and you're going to be able to play it. And I think it might actually be worth it. Especially in a class like Paladin, it's going to be losing a lot of heavy hitters. It's going to be losing Muster for Battle and Standard. It's going to be losing Shielded Minibot. It's going to need some interesting cards that change up the balance that can help support some of its mid-range decks, or even Secret Paladin if that continues to run. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy. I'll be trying to put out some other videos in the series if it gets some support. In the top left corner, if you want to click on the next episode, if there is one. And for all intents and purposes, I am the highest rank I've gotten is rank 13. So I'm not a great player, but I get some of the basics. And sure, if you disagree, feel free to comment. I'm all open for criticism. I want to know what I'm not doing right. And thanks for watching.